Hello. Hello. Sorry, my I didn't have any mics on. I was just panicking then. Good morning and welcome to Stamping and Crafting with Cheryl Diana. This month we are looking at the various leaf stamp sets and papers we have in the catalogue. So today I'm going to show you a way to colour your stamps using sponge daubers to make backgrounds for your cards. So we'll be using the Leaf Collection stamp, which is a very, very big stamp, and it fits on the F block, which is our biggest block. So let's go down and have a look at what we're going to make. So this is a really nice stamp for stamping an image straight onto a piece of card. So it's a really, really simple stamp and way to make a card. So we're going to ink it up, and I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green. So, and this is just going to be one colour. Okay, now as it's a big stamp, it's often easier to lay your paper on the top. So let's just lay this on the top. And I've cut these as a normal card front length down this way, but the width is for a matte layer, basically, so I can lift it up off the stamp. And there we have, well, it didn't quite come out very well. So let's have another go on the other side. So these are, I'm just trying to make sure I've got ink over the whole lot. That's better. Let's put it there. So let's have another go. Let's go around the whole lot of it again, right round it all, which I didn't do before. Right, there we go. That's better. So we can then trim this down. I've already got ink on my fingers because I've just touched it. There's my bit of tissue. Here we go. So then we can get the right side, cut it down, and then stick it onto a card base. Let's just trim that down. I want it to be, she's going to have slightly wider matte lay around it. So let's do that at 9.5. I'll just trim down the end a bit. Oops. And let's just trim a bit off this end. And then cut it at 13.8, which will take off that end. So now I have a matte layer that we can stick onto a card, like so, and then add a sentiment to it as well. But we're going to try a different technique. So let me just clean this block. So you can add ink to your stamp using blending brushes, but I thought I would try to keep it simple and using sponge daubers. So I have labelled, because I'm a little bit OCD, I actually label my sponge daubers. That way I know that I'm going to get the right colour on the right pad. So I'm just going to put these down, put these up here in the right colour order, and then just so you can see what's happening. So I am Just opening these up. Now, I use these colours for a blog hop that goes live tomorrow morning to do a scrapbook page. And they looked it looked really good on the 12 by 12. So I'm just going to apply the ink to the leaves. I did do a very small area before to try it out. And do this one here. And let's do a lighter one. So I'm going to do the edges of this one in the light. So you can actually play around with how much you actually want on the leaves. And I would start with the lighter to the dark. That way you won't get a dark colour on your daubers when you're using the light colours. Okay, I'm going to do one of these like that. And we'll do this one like that. So it doesn't matter if you go over, because as you know, leaves are not always the same. So let's do this is a different one. Let's do it down the middle. And do the same on this one because this is the same type of leaf. And then let's use in the granny apple. Let's add some more colour to it. So let's add some. Now you could also use our white markers, but I just thought, let's give sponge daubers a go. So just, and this is quite relaxing to do as well. Right, and I'm going to do a bit around here. Now it is going to dry, and it is very, very hot today and humid, so I'm just going to, I think I may have to just do that one, I have to just look a little bit around here. Not sure whether huffing will work on this. If not, we might have to spritz it. So let's add a little bit more of the dark just to balance it out. Make sure I don't get muddled up. There's a bit more on that one. And then so we're just gonna set that there. And I'm gonna do some more dark. Right, what's that colour? Some dark there. I'm forgetting which bits I've done light and which bits I've done dark, but that's fine. So we're going to do, let's do this one. And a bit on here. And make sure I put my daubers back in front of the correct ink pad. So today is a lot cooler than it has been, but it's still very, very hot. It is. Let's put a bit on that one. What colour you're supposed to be? That'll be fine. Let's just do a bit more. Now, if I I may have to spritz it, so let's huff on it. And we lay this down on the top. And just rub over the edges. Here we go. That has actually worked out really well, and I like how it's faint as well, and it's sort of fainter around the edges. So let's have another go at it. So shall we, I'm thinking, what shall we do? Let's make the card with this, because I might do one with different colours. So let's just cover these ink pads up. Oops. Put them. I'm trying to keep organised so I don't lose things. So put that over there. Let's make a card using this one. So let's trim that down. That's done. And yeah, that just fits our metric sizing for a first layer matte layer. So, and I think I'm going to go for the garden green stamp. So let's stick that down. Now I have noticed, since it's been really hot, my glue ends up pouring out of these because it's got more liquidified. So you have to be even more careful that it doesn't all come out at one time. So check I've got it the right way around. And then stick this on here, like so. Right. I'll do sentiments towards the end because I've just come up with another idea. I am going to use these again. I'm going to do similar again, but we're now going to cut up our matte layer. So we're going to use the same technique, the same stamp, but change it. So let's put these back. So let's go light again. And I'm just changing it slightly. Okay. So I'm just trying to do it randomly. See if it works out. So I have no idea how this is going to turn out. So now I'm just trying to add a bit more to these. I might have stamped on the wrong ink pad then, I'm not too sure. But yes, I am stamping on the wrong one because that should be that one, so it's this one. But that's fine because, as I said, all leaves are different. Morning, Lisa. I'm having a play. Whoops. I'm getting my colours all muddled up. Luckily, they're all green and it's for leaves. Right. See how this one turns out then. And I'm huffing, so. And going to stamp it onto it, but I can't because it's too heavy. So I'm just going to lay this on again and run my finger around it. Ah. Peek. I like how it comes out fainter. Right. Yeah. And that looks really nice. So just cover these up because I know I'm going to get inky fingers again. Oops. And now I'm going to trim it so we can have 3 strips. So it's not going to, so let's just trim that bit there. A bit fainter there. And then there. Oops. And I'm just going to trim it slightly down a little bit more. So I have a bigger margin. There we go. So just to wait quickly. So if I do 4 centimetre strips, it should be okay. And I'm going from this end because that one is more faded. So, and then you need to remember which way they go. So you may have seen me do this with our designer series papers. But I just thought, let's try it with a stamped image. So I'm going to then put it on. I'm going to use a white card background, I think. I'm using these 2 colours. So we can either put it straight on like that, or we can matte layer it. I quite like it like that. Let's try to see whether it's on this one. No, I think I'm going to matte layer it up. I think using that onto a white card. Let's try the basic beige, which I know I had out. There it is. Just to be different, because I'm always using white cards. So let me just check I've got, this is the right width. That's not. Let's just trim that down. And then score it in the middle. Because as you know, I'm not keen on 10th fold cards. I'd rather have a proper landscape one. But you can do whatever card base you want. So, and then I'm going to have a matte layer. So we've decided on the Granny Apple Green. I love these 2 greens together because they just look so lovely. Just going to cut that down. So it's going to be a straightforward matte layer. 10 by 14.3. And make sure I don't put it on the ink pad. And the basic beige, that is a new colour that came out this year, but it's one of our basic cards. I think it's because we lost. It wasn't crumb cake. It was the other one. Sahara Sand, and that was great for doing the back avocado base. So I don't know if I like the basic beige. It may have to be white because I'm using white cardstock. Yeah, it has to be white. But we wouldn't know if we didn't try things. So it's always worth giving it a try. Because now I'm thinking, what would it look like on a basic beige? Being stamped on that. So let's just cut this. This is a card base. So I'm going to make 2 out of it. So remember, we score it in half, whatever way we want to do it. And then we cut it in half the other way to make 2. Okay, so we're going to just make that flat. That's better. But we are going to do it in basic beige. So let's stick them on the matte layer first. Space them out. I think I might cut a bit more off of them. So I've got a bigger, just another half a centimetre off of them. That way I've then got the same space around the top. So I'm just cutting it off of both ends. So I've just taken a smidgen off, and then this has got to be 9 centimetres now. This is what's nice, because you can always cut down. That's going to look better. Now, I've got to work this out which way it goes. So I know which way I'm cutting it, I just realised. So I'm going to line it up. Oh, this will look funny. And then that one goes with that one. There. Whoops. And there. Whoops. Okay. We're going to do it. There we go. And these little bits have got caught in there, so you just get a bit of card, a bigger piece of card, and just push them to the end to get them out. That's got them out. And then we'll cut down this side to 9. And this one to 9. Make sure I'm doing the right side. Now, which way does it go? Oh, like that. Okay, so that one I haven't cut down. That's fine. So I'm obviously making, that's better. I need them all the same size. So if I can remember which way around it goes now. That goes with that. And that goes with that. There we go. And now they've got a nice space around the edge as well. That's better. So I'm going to stick that down. I'm going to stick the middle one down first. But in this heat, it's ideal if you've got glue that is almost running out, because it's made it it actually flow. So I'm just going to pop that about there. And up again. Yeah, that's about it. Just pop it, just move it along a little bit. Yeah, that's it. So let's put this one here. I love how the colours are actually lighter, and they're not as harsh. Now that one, that came out a bit too much. I'm a little bit worried about that edge there. So I'm just going to, using the top of it, just bring it in a bit so it doesn't squidge out when I stick it. And that goes that one, that goes there. There we go. Whoops. That's it. And we can stick that one onto our card base. So we can do this to make our own background papers. And because you have sponge daubed it, each one's going to be different each time. So even if I turn that way around, you can see that they are different. So that one goes that way, that one goes that way. So I think we'll do some sentiments. So I'm going to be using these sentiments that are from the Layering Leaves stamp set, because that's the stamp set that we are using this month as well. So I'm thinking, thank you so much. No, let's just send in hugs this week, because I have got some people that need hugs at the moment. They do, and this is ideal. Let me just grab a block for that, and they just need just that little support and caring. So sending hugs is a brilliant way to do that. So I've got some bigger scraps of basic white card, so I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use Garden Green, because that's the darkest. Or will it be too dark? There's my scrap of paper. Let's try it out, because I've got a feeling that might be just a little bit too dark. If so, we'll go for Garden Green, which will match the same colour as our matte layers. Bye Lisa, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch up with you later. So I'm thinking, let's go for the dark green, because that's gonna stand out. So let's put this in the middle here. Yeah. And I thought we would use the Labelled with Love punch. So I'm just hoping it fits. Yes, it does. It fits lovely. So line it up and punch it out. Because I just wanted to keep it plain and simple. So now that I might add that one there. Now I'm thinking we can jazz it up. I haven't really got any green gems at the moment in the catalogue, and I'm thinking, let's have a bit of ribbon. Have I got any white ribbon? It's too thick. So I'm going to look at going for my baker's twine, which I'm not a great person on actually using it, but I think I'm going to use the normal baker's twine, or I could use that one or that one. So let's have a little look and see what we think. I think we might do something with the twine. So I'm going to loop it. So, and hope this works. So I'm going to put some tearing tape on it. To hold it down. So there we go. Now how does that, if I go like that, because I can do bows, but I just thought I'd do something different. Put that down there, put that over there, and over there. How does that look? Yeah, that looks good ish. I really do not like baker's twine, but I will give it a go. So I'm just going to mount it like we normally do, using Stampin' Pin Dimensionals. Oops, stick there. And as I've got longer nails, I don't need my take a pick tool to get them off. Stick. So we're just going to put that down there. There we go. That looks rather nice, doesn't it? So let's do this one. Same again, same idea. I'm going to do it for, which way is it going to go in? That way first. I'm trying to get two out of here. So it just means working out which way the cardstock goes in the punch. That looks nice like that. And then I'm thinking we will add let's do a bow this time. So let's change it with some ribbon this time, and I've got either the iridescent one or I've got the silver and white one. How's that going to look on there? Let's just see how they look. And that pops. And that one is calmer. I think I'm going to use this one. So it's, and I'm going to do a loop behind it. Do it like that. Is that going to be too wide? No, that does fit behind it. That's good. Let's cut a length of that. It's getting really hot and sticky now. It's only 11:30 here. let's just see how long I want that to be. Let's do it. There. And then just, I'm going to use sticky dots, I think, for those, because it's going to be easier. So I will use my take your pick, but I'll use the flat end. It's not the flat end. Flat end must be on my blade. We get so many different ends that I've ended up, I've got 3 of these now. So I've got my knife one, and then my flat tip. I've got the roller brush for my die cut, and then I've got a round ball tip, which is handy if you're doing flowers and that. And then on my main one, I've got my putty, and I've got my pointy thing. I'm going to use this for my glue dots. Come on, oh, stick. So everything is so, it's not going to stick. It's just so hot and humid. Let's get rid of that. Let's try the poke. The sharp-ended one. That might be better. Because it just might be that. See, glue dots aren't really happy today. This must be the heat, because they just go sort of like really soft. And of course, we're not used to having these hot temperatures in the UK. So most of our houses, well, in fact, nearly all of our houses don't have aircon in them, and it's just really hot. And I can't have our fan on because it would just be too noisy. So pop that down. Let's bring that one back a little bit. That is better. And then I can stick that over there and then trim that down a bit. So let's pop that on some more dimensionals. Whoops. Try to stick to my nails then. So both my cats are fast asleep at the moment. Milo, because he spent 6 years as a street cat in Cairo, loves this heat because he's used to it. He doesn't like the cold and the wet. Whereas Flora, because she was only 6 months old, she was much sort of younger. She really hates the heat, and the last 2 days when it's been extremely hot, all she's wanted to do is literally just sort of be with me, and she's mooching about. She can't she can't settle. So right, need another drink. So let's do another one. We're going to do a basic beige matte layer. See how that looks. So I'm just going to cut a matte layer out. So I've got Milo's asleep. Don't know where Milo is, but Flora's in her little Stampin' Up box under my craft desk, which is her favourite place to be because she is never far from me. So this is my crafting buddy. So let's do this again. But I'm going to give it a bit of a clean first. Right, so put that around there. So we can do the light one first. Move that out of the way. Like that. I'm just going to do bits. Just remember to dab it and not wipe it over. But I'm going to do more of the lighter colours this time. So I'm just daubing it over, near enough every single bit. And I can see where I've been because the light is just showing where it's wet. Let's just do some of this one. Right, and then just do some dark, the garden green one. I'm just going to try and fill in all those little bits that might not have ink on it. Let me just hold it up and see if I've missed any bits. A bit there, so let's go with that one there. That one. I think that is roughly all of it. So by holding it up, you can see the light's reflecting off of it. Needs a bit more there. Just going in with the light again. So let's just put a bit more there. Right, I think we will go with that now. So get my matte layer onto it. Now you could use a brayer to help you get this all linked, or to get the ink onto the other side, but using your fingers is just as good. Right, let's lift that up. There we go. So that has made it much more muted, but I do like that. So let's just chop these up. Card base. Let's go for a upward. We can do that one and that one. So I think I've done. Let's do one of these. So that. So I'm going to put that one on that one. So that's just a straightforward one, and then this one I'll put on here. So let's just trim this one down. So let's just trim that edge. Whoops. At least it went scoring edge first and not the cutting edge, which is always a bit. I'm going to have to cut that a bit more, so it's going to have to be have a bigger border on that one. So if that's 13.8, it needs to be 9.5. So I'll cut a smidge off of this edge and then make that 9.5. See, and it doesn't look like I have my splits on it anyway. So I'm just thinking, let's go with that one. So let's move the ink block out the way. Put that up there. So we'll just stick this on here. And we'll put this one on this card here. But yeah, that's right. Get the right side. Put that there. Like so. And then we're going to just add. I think we're just going to add. So I need that. Where's that piece? Not that one. Where's the other piece of cardstock I had? I was going to use for sentiment. There we go. So I'll do another garden green one. Let's pop it on there. Like that, and then punch it out. Okay, and then I want the basic beige one. And I don't think I have got any basic beige scraps. I'll just check. Very vanilla, black, white. No, I don't have any basic beige. Okay. So I'm going to have to cut a strip. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to stamp it at the edge. Like so. So then I can use the rest of the card for something else. Okay, so let's do that. Oops. So that will look nice like that. That look nice like that. So let's. I think I am going to add black and white. Thinking what colour ribbon I can use. Is that one going to look all right? Let's cut a bit of that off. Or is that too much? That actually looks quite nice because it's not white. I think I'm going to do the same as what we did before. And cut that. So that will then go like that on the end. No, don't like that. I'm going to try and keep it basic. So what I am going to do is I'm going to get some scraps, which is the bright scraps. Bear with me. I'm going to do what I've often done, and that is to punch out and use it as background for it. A bit of a small bit or not. That might work. And then I'm going to cut it in half. I can use scissors for this. I'll do one like that. And one with it that way. Put those out the way. And some glue. Oops. So I'm just sticking this one on the back, like so. And we'll do this one. Put that there. And then I'm going to do the same with this one, but do it across the top. So this is a great way of adding just a little bit of difference to your sentiment. So without having to use dies, embossing machine, you know, just with a punch. Now this punch you can also get as a die, but I do like punches. There we go. Then we can pop that up. Do some dimensions again. I need to get another pack out, I think. So if you want to see the blogs that I've done using this type of colouring on leaves, then my details are now on the screen. And of course, if you like these cards, please click on the subscribe button, and then you click on the bell, and that will let you know when I'm next live, which is normally every Wednesday at 11 o'clock UK time. Oops. Right, just finish this one off, and I can show you all the cards that we have done today. Just by using the leaf collection stamp and the layering leaves stamps, and they're labelled with love punch. So let's just move my ink blocks out the way. So we've made 4 cards today. We have done the very basic one, ink up the stamp and then just laid the paper on top of it to make a card, and then we've done a sentiment, and we've punched the same shape out again, but we've extended it for the sentiment. We then used the granny apple green, lemon lime twist and the garden green ink to stamp up our stamp using the sponge daubers, and we made this card which has got some baker's twine behind it. And then we did the same again, but we cut it into 3 strips and added it to a matte layer, and this time I used the iridescent striped trim ribbon. And then finally we thought we'd try it on the basic beige, and this gives a very vintage type look, I think. So it's just straightforward stamping on using sponge daubers to put the ink on the stamp set, laying the paper on top, and the same sentiment as all of the others, but we've extended it widthwise. So I hope you have enjoyed seeing the 4 cards that we made today. Have a go yourself, and I would love to see what you come up with. So until next time, happy stamping and crafting.